In the quiet, idyllic town of Willowbrook, nestled deep in the heart of New England, there stood an old and decrepit mansion. Willowbrook House, as it was known to the locals, had a dark and sinister history that sent shivers down the spines of anyone who dared to approach it after dark. The tale of Willowbrook House began in the late 19th century when it was built by a wealthy shipping magnate named Samuel Hawthorne. Samuel was known throughout the town for his reclusive nature and strange obsessions. He was rumored to have made a pact with dark forces to amass his fortune, a notion that only fueled the mansion's eerie reputation. One fateful winter night, a blizzard swept through Willowbrook, cutting the town off from the outside world. Samuel, his wife Abigail, and their young daughter Emily were trapped in the mansion. As the days turned into weeks, the family became increasingly isolated and paranoid. The howling winds outside seemed to carry with them a malevolent presence. The first sign of trouble came when strange, otherworldly sounds echoed through the house at night. Abigail claimed to have heard whispering voices and eerie laughter in the darkness, while Emily complained of her toys moving on their own. Samuel, a staunch skeptic of the supernatural, dismissed their fears as the result of cabin fever. As the winter storm raged on, the Hawthorne family's sanity began to unravel. They became prisoners in their own home, unable to escape the relentless cold and the growing dread that something was terribly wrong in Willowbrook House. One particularly chilling night, Abigail woke up to find Emily standing at the foot of her bed, her eyes glazed over and her voice speaking in a guttural, unnatural tone. The little girl recited words in a language no one could understand, and the room filled with an icy chill. Samuel rushed in, but before he could react, a force seemed to fling him across the room, leaving him unconscious. Desperate for answers, Abigail searched the mansion's library for clues. There, she uncovered a hidden compartment containing a diary written by Samuel. In the diary, Samuel confessed to his dark dealings with the occult, his insatiable thirst for power, and the pact he had made with a malevolent entity to protect his fortune. It became clear that the mansion itself was cursed, a vessel for the evil Samuel had invited into their lives. Determined to free her family, Abigail sought the help of the town's elderly priest, Father Elijah. Armed with ancient rites and a deep well of faith, Father Elijah performed an exorcism that shook the very foundations of Willowbrook House. The malevolent entity resisted, unleashing a torrent of supernatural horrors upon the priest and the Hawthorne family. The walls bled, the floors trembled, and the air filled with agonized wails. But Father Elijah's faith was unwavering, and he continued to fight against the darkness. As the exorcism reached its climax, a blinding light filled the mansion, and a deafening scream echoed through the night. When the light subsided, Samuel, Abigail, and Emily lay unconscious on the floor, but the malevolent presence had been banished. Willowbrook House stood silent and still, no longer haunted by the malevolent entity. The Hawthorne family had survived the horror that had consumed them, but the scars ran deep, and they would carry the weight of that dreadful winter for the rest of their lives. To this day, the townsfolk of Willowbrook dare not approach the mansion after dark, for the memory of that night and the evil that once resided within its walls still lingers, a chilling reminder that some horrors are all too real